is it?
Prater and the Ballgame Wednesday. And you're going to be able to watch every single match on AC Boise. It's the new professional soccer team. That stadium is being so well put together. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Boise, you're getting a new professional team. The tickets are selling like hotcakes. And we have, I know they haven't played a game yet, but if you asked who's the star on the team, everybody's going to say this guy, Blake Bodily from Eagle, went to Eagle High School, left and went to one of those cutesy academies in Portland for all the really good players. Pretty soon he's playing in the MLS. Now he's playing for you, Boise, on AC Boise. First time on the show. Blake Bodily, what's going on, brother? It's going to be a fun time here in Boise, you being home. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. That's quite the introduction.
Pretty cool deal, huh, here, Blake?
Yeah, it's really cool.
You heard me tell part of your story. You fill in the blanks that our listeners need to know too. Who is Blake Bodily and what's he doing back in Boise?
Like you said, a professional soccer player, grew up here, and as soon as I heard that AC Boise was getting a professional soccer team, it was something that really excited me and something I wanted to be a part of. So I decided it was the best decision for me to come back home and help out the community and help get this club started in the right path.
How did it happen? Your agent, the team, whatnot. You said when you heard about this, and USL, League One, League Two. It's a formidable product. So I'm sure past that test, you're thinking, okay, this is something that I could get into. How did it come about? Actually, where you signed that piece of paper and committed to the team?
Yeah, I knew that they were trying to get a team here in Boise for the past few years, but I didn't know it was actually going to happen. And then when I saw it on social media, I was like, wow, that's cool. I gotta hear more about that. And then as the club started to develop more and more, and they announced hirings, and once Nate Miller got hired, he gave me a call and was like, look, we really want to bring you in. What's it going to take to get you here? And I had a lot of good conversations with Nate in the front office, and everything just kind of fell into place, and it felt like the right move for me.
Blake Bodily, he's a Boise pro soccer standout, and joining us right here in studio. AC Boise starts Saturday in Sarasota, Florida, I believe. The home opener at Expo, Idaho, beautiful stadium that we'll talk about here in a minute. Saturday night, April 4th against Spokane, USL League One. Guys, you can follow this interview right now on our YouTube channels. Blake, I tell people even now, and Brad and the gang down there have done a fantastic job of marketing this product, but everybody's still, Boise has a pro soccer team. Just explain how it all came together, but more importantly, why it can work.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, like you said, Brad and everyone over there has done an incredible job getting everything set up. The infrastructure there has been incredible. And I think just the excitement that soccer has in this community is something that's, I think, underappreciated. And I think you can see it from the tickets, the season ticket sales. They've set records everywhere. So I think this is a place that is going to sell out week in, week out. And it's going to be a place that teams are going to be excited to play in just because of the atmosphere. But also, I think it's going to be a tough place for away teams to play just because of the support we're going to have.
What does this mean for soccer in the Valley? You grew up here. You left after your sophomore year of high school to go off and be a pro, which is a really cool opportunity. We all have heard of Sofia Huerta, who's got this beautiful story about this beautiful game of soccer, but kind of ends right there. I mean, there's thousands of kids out there playing soccer at a high level. How can we get more playing at an elite level? And is this going to help?
I think this is going to be massive. Yeah. When I was growing up, playing professionally in Boise was never a thought for me. But now that we have this professional team here, I think it's a thing that kids can come to the games, kids can watch us play, and hopefully we'll inspire them and be like, wow, I want to do that one day. And I think by having a professional soccer team here, and kids will be able to see that firsthand, and I think it'll massively help the professional sports in Boise.
Soccer, when you left the Valley, Blake Bodily, AC Boise, new player from this Valley, professional soccer player. When you left the Valley where soccer was, when you've come back, now you and your wife live here by the green belt. You walk your golden retrievers. You're a full-on Boisean. How have you noticed soccer being any different when you came back?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's grown so much. It's so much different from when I was here. The youth landscape's a lot different. The clubs have merged and formed bigger clubs than that was here before I was here. So I think it's just grown a lot. The whole city as a whole has grown so much from when I left, and so to see all the people that have come in and the youth landscape grown so much, it's really exciting and really promising. And I think we're going to see future pros from Boise in the near future.
Let's talk about the hierarchy of what USL League One is as we try to get to know this. We all know that, champions and Premier and England and all that kind of stuff is the tip of the spear. Here in this country, it's MLS. I believe right underneath that, it becomes USL, and there's different tiers and different systems. You've played with the Portland Timbers in MLS, the highest form of soccer in this country. Where does USL fit in, and what makes this league so unique and so different?
Yeah, so within the USL, there's the USL Championship and the USL League One. And so the thing that USL is doing that's really interesting is, I don't know exact year, but eventually they want to incorporate promotion relegation, which is something that here in the US we don't have. Overseas, it's pretty much everywhere. And I think by doing that, they're approaching it from a different angle. And I think it's something that's going to excite the fans and something that's going to be good for the soccer landscape in America. And I think it's going to provide a different perspective than what's happening in MLS.
Blake Bodily with us in the Lithia Ford of Boise studio. He's a midfielder for AC Boise. What number on your kit are you wearing, Blake, when you go on the pitch? See, I know soccer, huh?
Yes.
Are you number 10?
I'm going to be number 7.
Okay, number 7. I like number 7. Was it Ronaldo? Is he a number 7?
Yeah, number 7.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, just a couple of soccer geeks over here. Me and Blake here. You know what good soccer looks like. You know what's Mickey Mouse and what's cheese balls and what's legit. Why is AC Boise legit, Mr. Soccer Pro? Like, you came here. Why? What about it? The pitch, the field, the front office. Like, what's legit about this thing? Tell people who are wondering.
Yeah, pretty much everything's legit with this place. I mean, it started with the front office. They built a really good front office. All those guys know what they're doing. They're top notch. And then it goes to the infrastructure. The stadium they're building is incredible. The facilities over there are top notch. The field is great. And then you look at the coaching staff. You brought in Nate Miller, who was coaching an assistant coach in MLS. That's a big deal. He was a head coach in USL Championship. He has a high standard of the way he wants to do things. And then you go to the roster, and the roster we built is really, really good. We have a lot of really talented players and a lot of guys that could be playing at higher levels, but they saw that how big of a project this is going to be. And so I think you combine all that and you get something that's an elite club and a thing that I think is going to be good moving forward.
All right, Blake Bodily, let's talk about that roster. I believe you signed the first 10 days of January. At least it was announced, I think somewhere on January 5th, 6th, or 7th. There's 18 players on this roster. There's a lot of domestic guys, a lot of international guys. Here we are, 3 months later after your initial signing, and there's an official roster, and the schedule starts on Saturday. What's this roster look like? Who are these people?
Yeah, it's a great question. We have a really, really talented roster. You got a combination of guys from other countries. You got domestic guys from the US. And I think when you bring everyone together and you combine the style of play that Nate wants to bring, you get a roster that's really bought in, a roster that wants to do things the right way, and a roster that I think is ready to compete for high level games.
Blake Bodily, my partner over there, Mike Prater, I don't even know when it was, like 30 years ago. He wrote this column in the newspaper about how bad soccer sucks. Like, soccer's the worst sport ever. And you grew up with that, especially in Idaho. This wasn't a huge yay soccer state when you got a little older. Macho soccer hasn't had the macho thing, but feels like that's gone. He even loves soccer now. He gave it a chance. He can speak for himself certainly, but he doesn't feel the same way about soccer now that he did 30 years ago. And I'm the same way. I grew up, I didn't want to have anything to do with soccer, but it's not the case anymore. And I love the beautiful game. You've seen that your life in Idaho too. Does that make you feel better about just the state of your sport in this country?
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool to see. Soccer has grown so much over the past, I've been alive for 28 years, but I'm sure it's grown for the past 30 years.
28, huh? He looks like he's 20, man. Good for you, Blake.
I'm getting old. But yeah, to see soccer grow so much in Boise is awesome. You know, when I've been playing other places and teammates ask me where I'm from, I'm from Idaho. They're like, I don't even know where that is on the map.
I know.
But now to see soccer in Boise and to see a professional team here in Boise, I think it's going to grow so much. And like I said, I think you're going to see players from Boise more and more in the future years.
Can I ask you a personal question? Well, we're gonna definitely ask some personal questions in a minute. I won't ask permission for those. In this particular one, I need to ask permission because I want to ask about your bank account. You're not going to give me details, but I mean, we keep saying you're a professional soccer player, and I can look up your MLS contracts. I think those are public records, and you can see how much you're making back in those days. The Boise Hawks just around the corner from your stadiums. Those guys are making like $800 a month. You guys are probably pushing. There might be guys on your roster making over 100,000, maybe not quite that high, maybe pushing it. You could come to Boise. You and your young, beautiful wife can come to Boise and make a living comfortably being a pro soccer player in this town. Is that correct?
That is correct. You're right. We pretty much everyone on the team makes a pretty livable wage, and some guys are obviously getting paid more than others. But yeah, you can come to Boise and make a career out of this, and live here pretty happily.
You signed a 3-year contract, I believe.
Yes.
So whether you're going to continue to play, whether you're going to be an ambassador, whether you think this is a launching point to get back up, I don't know what your goal or your end game is, but I'm assuming you want to be here for 3 years, make a big impact in this community, make some money, grow a family, play soccer, and do all those things. And this provides you that, right?
That's exactly right. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to come back to Boise. I wanted to help build this project from the ground up. I didn't want to come here as a curtain call my last couple of years. I wanted to come here at the prime of my career and really help build something special. And like you said, I signed a 3-year contract, but I want to be here through the rest of my career and beyond that.
Blake Bodily, he's with us, and you're going to hopefully be wearing, I want to see number 7 kits all over town. And guys, yeah, in soccer, they call jerseys kits. I don't know why, but that's just what they do. Well, I'm going to get a number 7 kit as soon as I go to that stadium.
Now, are you going to get a home kit or a road kit? Because those are different.
I don't know. Probably a home.
Big decision.
What's your favorite thing about the stadium, man? Because I know that's a reason a lot of people are going to go watch you. They don't know anything about soccer, but there's a new cool stadium, and they want to go see it.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I'm most excited for, we don't even get to see yet. I'm most excited to see all the fans there because, the season ticket sales are through the roof. They've broken every record. So I can't wait for April 4th to see the fans there. That's what I'm most excited about.
Okay.
Are we talking? Because I think we're talking like 7,000 plus on game day, right? So, and that's somewhere in that neighborhood. I mean, they could drop 25 grand in there for a concert. More details to come on their summer concert series, but 7,000 plus. I believe it's almost all sold out. You're going to get everything from the crazy drunk adults in the beer garden to the wonderful, cool family section where there's families, to the business, to the corporate side. What soccer expectations like Portland, it's fantastic.
Yep.
I've been to Seattle. Johnny's been to Seattle. I've been to Salt Lake in terms of the MLS games. And there's even the loyal section, the supporter, the hardcore section, whatever you guys call it. No sitting allowed. Bring as many flags and banners as you possibly can, and let's get crazy. It's going to get crazy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want. We want crazy. We want loud. We want a lot of energy. And by doing that, I think it'll lift us up as a home team and also put pressure on the away team.
Ballgame, I think they can put 1,000 people in the beer garden.
I mean, if this place, and it sounds like this thing's going to hit like it is, people don't even know how cool this is going to be, right? People driving in their car right now thinking, okay, maybe I do like this. Like, I was kind of like this, Blake. When I heard about this, yeah, okay. I mean, I followed the Idaho Stampede. I worked for the Idaho Stampede. That was the basketball product. We had 77 people in this arena watching games. Seriously, I counted that one time. 77 people. And this doesn't seem like that at all. So, I mean, I think a lot of us are excited. I got to ask one thing because I love sports and sports movies. Is there that go-to soccer sports movie? What's your favorite ever?
Oh, man.
You don't have like A Natural or Field of Dreams or all these other,
There's a soccer
Rocky.
movie called Goal. That's good.
Seen that one?
We don't have like a Miracle on Ice or a Rocky. We don't have that.
Like a go-to wonderful soccer movie.
Maybe we need that. But
let's win a World Cup.
Yeah, seriously, let's do that.
I'll write that movie right now. Let's win a World Cup. You watch Ted Lasso, by the way?
I have seen the first 2 seasons of Ted Lasso. Yes.
And I mean, because as a sports guy, I don't like sports movies because I just think they're stupid and unrealistic and dumb. As a soccer guy, do you love that movie, that show?
I don't know if I love it, but I do like it. I think it is a good show. Yeah.
Yeah. And just in terms of the soccer, you're not you're not such a snocker snob that you're like, that's not real.
No, you got to look beyond the soccer part of it. The other aspects are good, but sometimes the soccer and it can get a little cheesy, but the show as itself is really good.
Any with your coach Nate Miller, any Ted Lasso characteristics with that guy, or is he more intense?
Nate can be intense at times, but
He's been in here before. He's on the wall. You're going to sign after this interview. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nate can be intense at times, but he does have a good message, and he brings a good message to the team.
Who's your favorite Boise State football player ever? You grew up in Eagle. You were surrounded by it. Please tell me you rooted for Boise State football growing up. Come on, Bodily.
My favorite Boise State football player ever. That is tough. I mean, Ashton Genty.
Okay, cool. He's everywhere here. There's his autograph right there, Blake Bodily.
But there are other legends. Jared Zabransky, Kellen Moore, the Fiesta Bowl. There's been so many good players.
And you probably went up. You went to games growing up, I'm sure.
Yeah, I went to a few,
Was football, I mean, you could be a slot wide receiver. I mean, did football ever enter for you? Or
when I was young, I always wanted to play, and I just never got around to it. But I do enjoy football. I like watching the NFL. I like watching college.
Soccer for you just took off at a very young age.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I played soccer and basketball, and then once I realized I wasn't going to be over 6 feet, I was like, I should probably just focus on soccer.
You left high school at 16 to go be a pro. Who does that?
Yeah, not very common.
I mean, were you like a prodigy? When you were 4 years old playing soccer in Eagle, were you the kid playing with the 9-year-olds and all that? Like, what was your youth? We got to get you out of here in a sec. I get it, but what was it like being you from like age 4 to like age 9? Like that?
Yeah, I never thought of it like that. I guess when I was younger, I was playing up 2 or 3 years, so that probably helped my development. But I never really thought like, wow, I'm the man here. I'm a product. Okay. I was kind of just playing because I enjoyed it. That's what I like to do.
You got a game Saturday.
Yes.
A match. I'm sorry. Professional.
Yeah. Get on a plane and fly to Florida.
Yes, you're playing in Florida. Blake. And we're all, I mean, we want to win the cup this year, man.
What do we play for?
Yeah.
Is it just the USL League One championship, or is there a trophy?
What is it, Blake?
Yeah, you got to play for the championship. You got to win the championship. You got to play for a trophy.
Are you going to be kissing? Yeah, not just your wife or your dogs. We want you to kiss that trophy. No, we want to be kissing the trophy.
So you do have a wife and dogs. What's your favorite part of being back in Boise?
I think just being able to spend time with my family. Living in Florida the past 2 years, it's so far away. So I didn't really get to see them that much. But now being back, I get to go to dinner with them. I get to get over to my parents' house and just spend time with them. That's really important to me.
This is the wrong winter to ask this question. But you have spent the last, I think, 5 years in California and Florida.
Yeah.
And you've spent the last 100 days training in Boise in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
It's been pretty damn nice winter around here. So, fingers crossed. But that had to be a little bit of a culture shock for you.
I know. I got back and I was like, man, it's so cold here. Even though for being a Boise winter, it really wasn't that cold.
No.
But when you're used to being in 75 and sunny all the time, it feels like that.
Hey, Blake Bodily, bow down to Washington.
That's right.
All right, he's a Husky.
Go Dogs.
He was the player of the year in the Pac-12.
And the freshman of the year, too.
And the freshman of the year.
And an All-American.
One of the great soccer players at a soccer school at Washington. And now you guys are going to get to see him on the pitch right here playing for Athletic Club Boise. Blake Bodily, man, let's kick it through the back of the net this year.
That's
man.
Right. Let's score some goals this year.
All right, Prater in the ball game, and that's why you listen to Idaho Sports Doc. A college football legend just passed away, and we got a change in the schedule for Jeremiah Dickey. KTIK, The Ticket.
Idaho Sports Talk with Prater and the